All right, as the daylight fades, let's do a quick video on small government versus adequate government. I'm not sure if I've touched on this before, but it's something I think about a lot. And if I talk about it a lot, it's because I want it to become a conversation. So if you fear I'm becoming redundant, don't. It's very strategic in a way. Like, I want to keep the conversation alive and going in your minds and in your circles, and that's the goal of a lot of these videos. Small government versus adequate government. This is my argument. How the pathology of small government permeates the Democratic Party, it permeates the Republican Party, and how no one talks about adequate government. It's always small versus big government. And it's such a problematic conversation because no one is talking about adequate government. And to give you the quintessential example of what adequate government might look like, it would be a government with a pandemic response team ready to go when a pandemic hits. Let me take you back to the Obama administration. Once again, Democrats are infused with small government mindsets as well. The GOP will detest that. They will deny that, but it's true. The Democrats follow an ethos of small government. It's a little bit bigger than the GOP, but it's still small. So Obama cut the size of our pandemic response team in half. Okay, once again, the small government mindset said to the Democrats, let's cut this in half. Okay. Fast forward, Donald Trump comes along and he says, let's just cut it all together. We're small government conservatives. Let's just abolish the pandemic response team. And lo and behold, he did that as soon as he took office. The pathology of small government permeates Democrats and Republicans. And then the pandemic hits, and we don't have a pandemic response team. We don't have half a team, okay? And it's because of this mindset of small government, constantly, small versus big government, small versus big. No one is saying, let's have an adequate government. It's almost like it would be blasphemy. It's so left out of the conversation. No one is saying, let's have an adequately sized government that works for most situations. Oh my God, a reasonable proposal. Of course, we don't have that anymore. It's just reason and logic and doing the right thing. That is absent from our political body. It's just totally not there. So this is my prime example of how we must focus on an adequate sized government, an adequate functional government, okay? For likely situations such as a pandemic. We didn't have it. We had both Democrats and Republicans cutting it and abolishing it because it's always about having a small government. It's never about having an adequate, equipped government. So the conversation has to change. This has to be a structural change, because you talk to anybody who's passionate about government, the small versus big government argument is always there, and no one's ever talking about, geez, what about adequate government? What about a government that's reasonable? I mean, they just think cutting all this stuff is going to lead to something positive. And a lot of times it does. It saves tax money. And I understand that. Everyone's about low taxes, low taxes, low taxes. And then we don't have a pandemic response team. And then we're 2 years into it. We still can't recover from it. It's absurd. No one's thinking about it. No one's talking about it. It has to be implemented. What about adequate government? My God, what a concept. Anyways, just wanted to run that by you. Hope you're having a lovely day. Leave me a comment down below. What do you think about adequate government? Crazy, right? Pie in the sky over here. Oh God, the progressive has a pie in the sky proposal again. Adequate government, one that works. Oh my God. Have a good one.